In Sanskrit literature, there are 5 famous Mahakavyas or epic compositions. They are Kumarasambhava by Kalidasa, Raghuvamsha by Kalidasa, Kiratharjuniya by Bharvi, Shishupalavadha by Madhur, Naishadhacharita by Sriharsha. Some also consider Buddhacharita by Ashwaghosha as a Mahakavya. In this video series, we will briefly look at each of these great poets. In this first part, we will know about Kalidasa and his works. Kalidasa, the greatest Sanskrit poet and dramatist. If you are interested in classical Indian literature, you must have heard of Kalidasa, the most celebrated poet and playwright in Sanskrit language. His works are widely regarded as masterpieces of poetic beauty, dramatic skill, and cultural insight. Unfortunately, very little is known about Kalidasa's personal life. His name means servant of Kali, which suggests that he was a devotee of the goddess Kali, the consort of Shiva. He may have been a Brahman, a member of the priestly profession, as his works show a deep knowledge of Hindu scriptures and rituals. He may have lived near the Himalayas, in Ujjain, or in Kalinga, based on his descriptions of these regions in his poems and plays. The exact date of Kalidasa is also uncertain. He probably lived sometime between the 4th and 5th century CE, during the Gupta dynasty, which is known as the Golden Age of Indian art and culture. Some legends associate him with King Vikramaditya of Ujjain, who had 9 famous courtiers called the 9 gems. Kalidasa is said to be one of them. However, there were several kings named Vikramaditya in different periods, and the identity of the 9 gems is also disputed. One popular story about Kalidasa's origin is that he was a simple and ignorant shepherd who was married to a princess by a trick. The princess was ashamed of his lack of education and intelligence and mocked him for his stupidity. Kalidasa felt humiliated and prayed to the goddess Kali for wisdom. She granted his wish, and he became a brilliant poet overnight. He then composed his first work, a hymn to Kali, and left his wife to pursue his literary career. Kalidasa's works. Kalidasa was a classical Sanskrit poet and dramatist who is considered one of the greatest Indian writers of any epoch. He wrote 7 works that are known till date, which include Abhignana Shakuntalam, a drama based on the Mahabharata episode of King Dushyanta and Shakuntala, the daughter of sage Vishwamitra and the heavenly nymph Menka. The play depicts their love story, separation, and reunion through a divine intervention. Malavikagnimitram, a drama about the love affair between King Agnimitra, the second Shunga ruler, and Malvika, a maid in his palace who is actually a princess in disguise. The play involves court intrigues, mistaken identities, and comic situations. Vikramorvashiyam, a drama based on the Puranic legend of King Pururavas and Urvashi, an Apsara or a celestial nymph who falls in love with him. The play narrates their trials and tribulations caused by the curse of another Apsara and the jealousy of Indra, the king of gods. Raghuvamsha, an epic poem that traces the genealogy and exploits of the solar dynasty of kings, from Dilipa to Agnivarna. The poem glorifies the virtues of the ideal rulers and heroes, such as Raghu, Aja, Dashratha and Rama. Kumarasambhava, an epic poem that describes the birth and marriage of Kumara, Skanda or Kartikeya, the son of Shiva and Parvati. The poem also portrays the destruction of Tarka, a demon who had obtained a boon that he could be killed only by Shiva's son. Meghdutta, a lyric poem in which a Yaksh, a supernatural being, who is exiled from his beloved wife by his master Kuber, the god of wealth, sends a message to her through a cloud. The poem vividly depicts the emotions of the Yaksha and the scenic beauty of northern India. Ritu Sanhara, a lyric poem that celebrates the 6 seasons, known as Ritus, of the Indian year: summer, rainy, autumn, early winter, winter and spring. The poem describes the natural phenomena, flora and fauna, festivals and human activities associated with each season. Kalidasa is widely regarded as the greatest literary figure in classical Sanskrit literature.